New Zealand have done it. New Zealand have done it. They've taken revenge from the 2019 World Cup final. Such an amazing comeback. I have to say, New Zealand have played amazing. They've been brilliant. They're batting, they're bowling, they're fielding, everything 100%. They managed to restrict England to only 280. I thought England will get 340, 350. Because in the first over, England got 12 runs. 12 runs in the first over, and Bairstow was going like boom, boom, boom. Bairstow was just 4, 4, 4, let's do it. But New Zealand just held things back really well. They got Bairstow out, they got Malan out, they got Root out, and then England were like, somehow England were like 200 for 5, and then they just suddenly collapsed to 250 for 9, and that little 30-run partnership at the end took them to 280. So once because New Zealand chose to bowl, which was a brilliant decision. Bowling fast on this flat track will get you will get you pace, will get you bounce. But it won't get you seam. It won't get you seam. It'll just get you pace and bounce. Because it's a flat wicket, it's so easy to bat on. It's so easy to bat on. There's no swing, there's no seam. The bat can get onto the ball really easily. The bat it just hit the ball and that's it. Hit the ball and run. So England, I'm surprised that Root got out for 77 because he should have gotten a century, but he tried to be a little cheeky and he just played reverse sweep. He got nutmegged and he got bowled. Strange. It's very strange. Very strange. 280, once England finished with 280, I thought it would be tough to chase. It wasn't impossible, but it would be hard to chase. But I knew New Zealand was gonna get revenge from that final, where Ian Bishop said, "Oh, England are won by the barest of margins, the barest of all margins. Absolute agony for New Zealand, absolute ecstasy for England." Those words, oh my god, they made my heart pump to the limit. I couldn't describe it. Like a World Cup final by the barest of margins. Imagine how New Zealand must have felt. They must have felt really bad after that defeat. Kane Williamson must have been soaking his eyes. Oh, what have we done? We had the game. Because New Zealand bowled incredibly well in that World Cup final. They did bowl really well. Because the pitch was so slow. The pitch was slowing down and there was so much movement. There was so much turn for the spinners. There was so much. The wicket was getting so dry. It was getting so dry and it was really hard to hit the ball. Even Butler, Root, they couldn't even hit it properly. And 240 was almost defended by New Zealand. Almost. And then, if you move on to the World Cup, because I'm talking about the previous encounter which England and New Zealand faced. When New Zealand came on, when New Zealand batted, they got 10 for 0 and then Will Young got out for 0. After that, England had a chance to make further inroads, but that never happened. And this Rachin Ravindra kid, he came out of nowhere. Like, I've heard of his name, but I never seen him play. Only I seen him in the warm-up match against Pakistan, that's it. Where he scored a magnificent 100, and then he scored 97, and then he got out by Salman Ali Agha. He got bowled. After that, I'm sure that warm-up game must have given him confidence that he can replicate the same against England. Well, guess what? He did exactly that. He was on baseball mode. He was in baseball mode. Let's just whack the England bowlers. Who cares who it is? Whether it's Mark Wood, Chris Wokes, Adil Rashid, Moeen Ali, Sam Curran, whoever it is, I'll just whack them out the park. And Rachin Ravindra, he's played a couple of matches for New Zealand. He's so inexperienced. But he's treating England like a school kid team. Because the amount of 4s and 6s he got like 20 4s and like 5 6s. He's unbelievable. His strike rate is incredible. His strike rate is like 150, 175. He's just getting 4s out everywhere. The pitch was in the second half, there was so much dew. The pitch was so flat, in the first innings, but the ball was going onto the bat really nicely. And it was so hard, it was impossible to pick up wickets. Even if you had Bumrah, you wouldn't even pick up a wicket against either Devon Conway or Ravindra. They were just playing their skins out. New Zealand were playing the hearts out in that match. And I predicted New Zealand as one of the semi-finalists alongside India, England, and either Australia or South Africa. If Pakistan are lucky, then they'll possibly take the 4th place. But for me, because of the way New Zealand absolutely destroyed England in that first game, New Zealand could either end up 1st or 2nd, either above or below India. Because India are playing in home conditions, they played here many times, and their record is like 90% win rate. India are like impossible to beat at home. Like if you play in a one-day series at home, you know just straight away you'll get thrashed. Even if you play with your first XI or strongest XI, you'll get thrashed. It's unbelievable what New Zealand did today. And I have to say, Devon Conway also played really well. He scored 150. He also played at the same level as Rachin Ravindra, but he was more calm and composed. He said, okay, instead of hitting 4s and 6s, let's go for the 1s and 2s as well, to ensure that the scoring rate stays the same as the required run rate. So New Zealand were obviously ahead of the required run rate, so there's no need to worry about that. New Zealand were easily going to get to the target. And New Zealand really, like, their performance really shocked me. But I know New Zealand are an extremely good team. They don't choke in big tournaments. They know how to play in ICC World Cups, Champions Trophy. They know how to play in T20 World Cups. So New Zealand, with this performance, New Zealand are making all of the 9 teams scared to face them. Like even India is trembling, Australia is trembling, Pakistan is shivering now. Bangladesh are just like crying. Bangladesh are crying now. Oh, we've got New Zealand in like next week. We'll have to face Rachin Ravindra again. Even if it's in Chennai, we're gonna face New Zealand in Chennai. It doesn't matter. New Zealand can replicate the same thing. We can get thrashed by New Zealand. You never know. Don't think that Bangladesh should never beat in New Zealand World Cup. Like, okay, it's going to be our first win. Yeah, so congratulations to New Zealand. They played really well, and hopefully they can continue it into the next Nuggets. So England might be able to bounce back in the next game, but England won't lose hope. They know that's just one bad performance. They had a day off, so England will probably come back roaring in the next game.